Comcast Cable presents Colonial Conference Football tonight from Gateway Regional High School in Woodbury Heights. It's the host Gateway Gators against the visiting Eagles of West Deptford High School. Hi everybody, I'm Bob Schreck along with Fred Swartz from the field here at Gateway Regional High School. Beautiful night for a high school football game in the Colonial Conference. And Fred, an opportunity for West Deptford to get back on track after a tough loss last week, and a chance for Gateway to end this long losing streak.
Yes, absolutely, and what a privilege we have tonight to see one of the up-and-coming programs in South Jersey in West Deptford. Coach Clyde Folsom's done an outstanding job. As a showcase for him, he loses a lot of his athletes from last year, still comes back, he's 3-1 this year, and still in running for the Colonial Conference. And in Gateway, what a fine gentleman coach in John Ricketts, and I hope that someday soon they can get off the albatross from their neck and break that losing streak.
They had an opportunity 2 weeks ago to beat Sterling, Fred. They were leading with 2 minutes to go. They let that one get away, lost 12-9. Then this Monday against Haddon Township, they lose 28-0. Not only lose badly, but lose 4 starters. So it's a tough way to come back after just 3 days.
And that's the way it happens often. It snowballs with you. When things sometimes go bad, they go bad in a hurry. But the sign of the Gateway Gators that I've seen for years and years is their ability to come back and play well when the odds seem tough.
You've been a coach, Fred. Gateway played Monday afternoon. This is Friday night. That's 3 days to get ready for a tough team. How difficult is that?
It's one of the hardest weeks you can ever go because the next day is usually a recovery day. And then when it's all of a sudden Wednesday and Thursday and you're playing again on Friday, you just have to hope that your preparation and your injuries heal in time to play. I think the hardest thing to ever do in coaching.
Okay, we have Colonial Conference football coming up. West Deptford against Gateway right after this. Bob Schreck and Fred Swartz at Gateway Regional High School. Gorgeous night for a high school football game. The host Gators will receive Gateway 0-4 in the season. Lost their last 23 games dating back to the 1993 season. West Deptford 3-1 coming off their lone loss 28-9 to Woodbury last Friday night. One of the good rivalries in the Colonial Conference. Kicking off for West Deptford, Mike Urian. And deep for Gateway Regional High School, Mike Gibbons along with Mike Franks. Yes, about ready to get underway. Colonial Conference football. Short kick by Urian. Gibbons at the 10. Picks his way. Gibbons down the right sideline. Nearly breaks it. Forced out of bounds by the kicker, Urian. But an outstanding return by Mike Gibbons, senior, for the Gators, and he gives Gateway good field position, Fred.
And a great way to start the game. You know, sometimes special teams are an indication of how ready you are to play the game, and I think Gateway has shown us that they're ready to play football.
John Ricketts, sophomore quarterback, and the son of head coach John Ricketts, quarterbacking the Gators tonight. And they have terrific field position at the 46-yard line of West Deptford. Single setback behind Ricketts on 1st and 10 for Gateway, just underway. Good opening return by Gibbons. Handoff straight ahead to Gibbons. Gibbons with pretty good yardage across the 40 down to the 37-yard line. So Gibbons has touched the ball twice for Gateway, and good things have happened.
And Gateway coaches before the game said they thought that the important thing for them to do was to control the football, to keep the football away from West Deptford. And I think that's what we'll see as far as they're playing this evening.
5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5. The ball at the 42-yard line of West Deptford. First minute of play, and Gateway already in West Deptford territory. Back split behind Ricketts, handoff straight ahead. Gibbons again into the secondary of West Deptford for a 1st down, so it's been all Mike Gibbons so far, Fred.
Sure, nothing fancy at all, just straight ahead football. And I think if you're a Gateway Gator, you have to very much be enthused by the start of your team.
Gained 13 yards in those 2 carries, 8 yards in this one for a first down at the 34-yard line of West Deptford. So the Gators driving after the good opening kickoff return. And Gibbons with the carry again, but dead ball foul procedure penalty against Gateway. That'll cost the Gators 5 yards. Homecoming at Gateway Regional High School. They'll crown the homecoming queen at halftime.
Another key that was mentioned by Gateway coaches is they thought they had to play as close to an error-free game as possible. And they're the kind of plays that you want to avoid to play error-free football.
First down and 15 for Gateway after the 5-yard penalty, back to the 39-yard line. 10 minutes, 40 seconds to play first period. Gibbons again, but he is hit at the line of scrimmage by Corey Harvey, fine senior veteran in the West Deptford team who played a terrific game against Woodbury in a losing cause the other night.
And he crashed down very, very hard from his defensive end to take away the fullback. I think the Gateway coaches will watch that, and they can make that fake to the inside and go outside on Harvey.
Gibbons got a yard at 2nd down and 14, the ball at the 38-yard line. Backs again split behind Ricketts. And slipping, trying to make the turn, is Mike Franks. Shane Mertz making the tackle for West Deptford.
West Deptford then blitzed their corner hard. Guessed right, came right into the sweep run by Gateway and stopped the play cold. Big play for Gateway.
3rd and long, 3rd down and 16, ball at the 41-yard line. Possible passing down for John Ricketts. Ricketts only a sophomore. 6'3", good size for a quarterback. Fires it over the middle and incomplete. The intended receiver was Billy McCormick. And it'll bring up a 4th down for Gateway. The Gators will be forced to punt. Jim Bastian, the kicker for the Gators. Jamar Williams, the deep man for West Deptford on the punt. High snap from center. It's a good thing they had the dead ball foul there. It would have had some problems.
Would have been an absolute disaster because West Deptford would have got the best field position they could have gotten. The last pass that was done, I thought Ricketts really put some zip on the ball. It looked like the outside receiver in a slant pattern and a D-back.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. Defense.
Defensive penalty. So that'll give Gateway 5, take it down to the 36-yard line, but still a punting situation. Bastien will try to kick it out of bounds or inside the 15 or 10. Good snap this time. High kick. This will not be returned. And a good bounce for Gateway. Outstanding bounce to the... Where is the ball? About the 14-yard line.
Yes.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for West Deptford, their first possession of the football game.
And a good chance now for our viewers to see West Deptford's wing T offense. Coach Folsom takes a lot of pride in running this particular offense, and it can be one of the most confusing offenses for a high school defense to see.
Hunter Kinsing runs the attack for West Deptford. He is a senior quarterback, and he has some good running backs behind him. Brandon Marty's having an outstanding year. Kinsing with a short pass. He tried to hit Williams, but the pass came up short. 2nd down and 10.
Interesting opening. I think most of the fans here, especially Gateway, would have expected to see Brandon Marty start off with a blast. And it's interesting. I think West Deptford's plan was to try to get outside quickly.
9:13 to play first period. No score. West Deptford with its first possession of the football game. Brandon Marty straight ahead, not much doing. Good interior play by the Gators.
One of the wing T offenses, I guess idiosyncrasies, is the fullback is usually the predominant ball carrier. Gateway knows that and scouts that. Brandon Marty is a real good fullback, Bob. I'm really impressed. He has over 500 yards rushing so far, and the season isn't even halfway finished.
3rd down and 9. Perone made the fine defensive play for the Gators. Hunter. Kinsing will give him with a short pass, so Kinsing 0 for 2 in his first 2 tosses, and West Deptford will be forced to punt from deep in its own territory, so a good defensive series for the Gators. So some positive things early for Gateway, Fred. They had a good return on the opening kickoff. They penetrated, and they made a nice defensive stand.
When you play a team that maybe on paper may be better than you and you can stay with them early, that confidence level comes up and really helps as the game goes along.
In one formation for West Deptford.
Gasparavic, the kicker for West Deptford, gets a real good bounce, and Gateway will let it roll dead right about midfield. So Gateway with good field position for the 2nd time here in the first period. Still no score, 8:26 to play. And the 2nd offensive series coming up for the Gators, who picked up 1 first down their first time.
And once again, good field position. Gateway starting on the 50-yard line, so it certainly makes it a lot easier to go 50 yards than 80 yards.
We'll call the spot at the 49-yard line of Gateway. 1st down and 10. The lone setback behind Ricketts is Gibbons. Gibbons with that good return of the opening kickoff and a couple of nice carries for a 1st down. Gibbons straight ahead, picking his way. Nice run again by Gibbons. The ball is loose, and Gateway loses it. It's recovered by West Deptford. So Gibbons with another nice run, however, fumbles the football away. West Deptford comes up with it, and the Eagles now with good field position of their own at their own 47-yard line.
Coach Ricketts said that one of his strengths he thought of his team was his up front people. Great inside trap play on that. Just unfortunately the ball got loose.
1st and 10, West Deptford. They're at their own 47-yard line. Branamarty has some room. And a good run inside the 50-yard line to the 47. So a nice pickup by Branamarty of about 5.5, 6 yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 4.
Bob, that's the bread and butter of the wing T. That's the belly to the fullback, in which your onside halfback will come right inside and isolate on the linebacker. If you make that block on the linebacker, you're going to get 5 or 6 yards every time you run the play.
2nd down and 4. Branamarty, lots of room. 1st down carry. And West Deptford with its first down. The tackle made by Mike Bonsick of the Gators. And the advance to the 41-yard line of Gateway. 7:35 to play, 1st period. Still no score, but West Deptford with its first down and moving.
So far, with my first time to see Brandon Marty, he's everything is advertised. A good, hard-running, strong fullback.
He's put some big numbers up in the first 4 games of the season. Carry by Mertz. And little doing there. Good play by Gibbons on the corner with help from Perone. And pickup of about a yard. 2nd down and 9 for the Eagles. West Deptford winning its first 3 games of the season, losing to Woodbury last Friday night. Clyde Folsom has done an outstanding job with the West Deptford program.
We're talking Brandon Marty. How about 222 yards against Audubon? What a workmanship effort.
He's had some big games. Big room into the secondary. Cameron Atkinson.
So if Brandon Marty can give you the power, Atkinson and Mertz can give you the speed and the slashing running, and that's what makes the wing T so effective.
Atkinson, only a sophomore. Big 1st down gain to the 29-yard line of Gateway. 1st and 10. 2 first downs on this drive by West Deptford. Folsom has a fleet of running backs, all of whom have done a good job this season. Branamarty straight ahead, good power run. Tripped up, good tackle by Bonsick. And the advance to the 25-yard line, gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 with 6 minutes to play 1st period.
We're able to see also that West Deptford can control the football. We see that when they played Haddonfield on a score that won the game for Haddonfield, against Haddonfield, they controlled for over 7 minutes. You can see that with this offense.
They run a reverse and some good running movement. Still on his feet. Outstanding run by Mertz with another first down carry.
Tackle by John Ricketts.
It's the old famous wing-back reverse that plays havoc with the linebackers who swear the play's going to the right side, and then comes the running back with the ball to the left. Standing, faking, and effort by West Deptford.
Textbook drive by the Eagles. 3 first downs on this march after recovering the fumble. And they have a 1st and 10 at the Gateway 15 with 5:20 to play in the first. Still no score, but West Deptford threatening. Brandon Marty straight ahead, picking his way for about 4 yards to the 11-yard line.
If you're Coach Folsom, you have to be very pleased now because you're moving the ball down the field without mistakes and doing the basic things that you do on offense. I think it's important here, Bob, now for Gateway to make a stand.
Spot is at the 12-yard line, make it a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7. Atkinson, Brandon Marty, the backs behind Kinsing. Atkinson trying to go wide, and he'll be tripped up on a terrific defensive play on the corner by Mike May, who just came into the ball game for 1 play, and he is replaced by Ricketts. But what a great job by May coming off the bench for that 1 big tackle. Loss on the play, back to the 17, and it'll be 3rd down and 12 for West Deptford. Big play by May at the corner.
Outstanding. We'd seen the bellies, we'd seen the wingback reverses. We may get to see the waggle pass right now, in which the quarterback will fake to the halfback and throw a pass to the tight end.
Oh, lots of room for Kinsing. He'll keep the football, and finally knocked down on a tackle by Gibbons. Good faking by Kinsing that time. And his advance to about the 7. It's close to a 1st down.
We were fortunate to look good because that was the waggle, but Gateway secondary did a nice job of covering the receivers.
We're going to have a field goal attempt by Mike Urian, junior kicker for West Deptford, out of the hold of Kinsing. And the spot is going to be at the 15-yard line, 25-yard field goal attempt. And now they shift over, and there's a flag thrown in this one.
Flag on the field.
Did they draw draw Gateway offsides?
I think they did.
Well, that's the way the play was designed, Fred, and it achieved just what they wanted, because now they have a 1st down and goal.
We used to call it the old swinging gate play. This was the draw them offsides play.
So a mistake by Gateway cost them. It's now 1st down and goal for West Deptford at the 5-yard line, when it appeared they were going to try a 25-yard field goal. So a little bit of trickery pays off for West Deptford. 1st and goal at the 5. Good room inside, and prancing into the end zone for the touchdown is Shane Mertz, senior. 5-yard touchdown run, and at the 3:18 mark of the first period, West Deptford jumps on top 6-0. Mertz's 5-yard TD run.
If you're West Deptford, the drive succeeded in everything that you wanted to have. No mistakes, driving down the field and scoring, makes you confident, and make Gateway think about what the night's going to be.
Urian again out of the hold of Kinsing. Good snap, good hold, and a strong and true kick by Urian. It is 7-0 West Deptford at the 3:18 mark. We'll take time out from Gateway Regional High School. 7-0 West Deptford. Announcer guillotined. Fred, let's take a look at his touchdown run.
Just a quick inside handoff to Shane Mertz. avoids the first tackler and just smells out the goal line and scores. That's a lot of desire and effort out of Shane.
West Deptford 7, Gateway nothing. 3:18 to play in the first period. Fred Sports Bob Shryock at Gateway Regional High School. Urian kicking off for West Deptford. Gibbons and Franks deep for the Gators. Better kickoff this time. Franks takes it at the 15-yard line and tries to find some room down the right side and he breaks into the clear, but he was out of bounds. From our angle, it looked like he was still running, but he stepped out of bounds way back at the 33-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for Gateway. So I guess the Gateway coaches have seen something on that kickoff return down that right side, because they've had two that look pretty good.
Sure, and they're setting up a sideline return, and I'll tell you, it's all dedication and hustle by Gateway. Maybe a little breakdown in discipline by West Deptford.
So Gateway with its third possession of the first quarter. Last one ended in a fumble that led to the West Deptford touchdown drive of 53 yards. Ricketts at the quarterback position for Gateway. And a carry for a couple of yards. Franks across the 35 to about the 36-yard line.
Good showing by Coach Ricketts. You don't take away from your game plan just after one touchdown is scored, and they're staying with their ball control, use the clock, keep the ball away from West Deptford's strategy.
4-yard gain, second down and 6. Straight ahead. And an outstanding second effort run by Mike Bonsick to near midfield, and another first down for the Gators. Gators moved the ball fairly well here in the first period. A fumble short-circuiting one drive, but they basically moved the ball pretty well. First and 10 just shy of midfield.
And that's very good judgment. I think Gateway stopped itself on its last drive. I think they're going to move the ball well here.
First and 10. Straight ahead again. Bonsic, this time nothing doing, no gain. Second down and 10 for Gateway.
It's interesting sometimes to see the chess match that goes on between the offensive coaches and the defensive coaches. Obviously now West Deptford thinks that Gateway's going to do this running style of offense, and they've moved almost as many as 9 men up on the front of the line. Might see a pass here.
Alan Peters, the wide receiver, to the near side for Gateway. Second down and 10. Carry straight ahead, but again, nothing doing. Franks with the pickup, but a slight gain. It'll be third down and a little less than 10 yards for Gateway with 1:15 to play first period. 7-0 West Deptford.
Well, I'm 1 for 2 now. I had the waggle pass right, but sure missed the pass on that play. I think we might see it now.
Under a minute first period. Another dead ball foul.
Penalty flag on the field.
Dead ball foul. Snap infraction. Repeat the down.
Snap infraction. 5-yard penalty against the Gators. And it'll be third down and 15 at the 45-yard line of Gateway. Talked to John Ricketts before the game, Fred, and talking about his starters. He said, my starters are over there. He pointed to the bench. He's got 4 of them in civilian clothes, all of whom were injured in the loss they had in Township just 4 days ago.
Probably the most frustrating thing a coach can say.
Third and 15, Ricketts to throw. And has a man open, just overshoots the intended receiver, Mike Franks. Franks was there, he was open. Chance for a big gainer, but the pass, a good one by Ricketts, but just overthrown. Fourth down, and that'll bring in the punting unit for Gateway, Jim Bastine, the kicker.
Good design play. The wide receiver for Gateway came in on a quick slant like they had before, and they circled the back out of the backfield. He was wide open. It's one of those plays, if it makes it, boy, it sure makes you look good.
Bastine, the kicker. Williams, the deep man for West Deptford. Good snap. Oh. Williams takes it at the 26, picking his way, and down at about the 36-yard line. And I don't know whether you saw the kicker in that when West Deptford was in on that punt quickly, and the defender held up the kicker, Bastine, so it wouldn't look like he was knocking him down, thus avoiding a penalty.
Yeah, I think
kind of
even
an odd play.
Even Coach Ricketts is looking at that particular point, and you wonder sometime if you tell your kicker, gee, go down on that play, and you'll probably get the call.
Well, let's see it again. This is Bastine. Good snap, gets it off, and now watch. You can see just to the right of the screen.
Absolutely.
Back to live action. Atkinson with some running room to the outside, and he'll pick up some good yards. Remember, mentioned those 4 starters who are out for Gateway, Fred, including both starting defensive ends, so that obviously will work to West Deptford's advantage.
Yeah, and when you're defensing the wing T, the defensive end has the toughest job, because if he steps inside, the play goes outside. If he steps outside, the play goes inside. And that's where you need the most experience. That's what they're missing tonight.
This will be the final play of the first quarter. So after 1 quarter from Gateway Regional High School, on the Valiendo scoreboard, it is West Deptford 7 and Gateway nothing. We'll be right back. Second quarter Colonial Conference football from Gateway. Fred Schwartz and Bob Schrout. West Deptford with the ball at its own 42-yard line. Brandon Marty, big room. Good open field tackle by Mike Franks, preventing an even bigger gain, but that is close to a first down, and is a first down for West Deptford at the 47-yard line. So this West Deptford offense, as Fred indicated, one noted for using up time, is working again. 53-yard touchdown drive. Last time they had the ball, they're moving again, Fred.
Yes, and we saw the deception again. Besides using up time, great job on the fullback cutback. Great deception, tough on the linebackers.
Good job by Shane Mertz. Again, Folsom using a fleet of backs. Everybody getting a chance to carry the ball in this offense. Crossing midfield to the 48-yard line. Pick up on that play of about 4 yards. Second down and 6 for the Eagles.
And as a former backfield coach, I can tell you I appreciated Shane Mertz's effort. It was intelligent running. He was able to make tacklers miss him and run for the hole where it was.
Second down, 6 for Eagles of West Deptford High School, and Kinsing calls a timeout. A little bit of confusion apparently in the backfield, so a West Deptford timeout with 10:59 to play in the first half, and West Deptford leading Gateway 7-0.
We get a chance to see here on our screen Coach Folsom, who's really done a great job since coming to West Deptford in 1990, a job that many people thought would be very, very difficult to rebuild, and now he's competitive almost every year.
Done a great job with the program, Fred, and I think the weight room at West Deptford has been part of the reason, really been a stickler for that, and the players I know have seized the opportunity. And of course, the Gateway side of the field, Gateway Regional High School, there's John Ricketts, one of the real good guys in coaching in South Jersey, regardless of the sport. And John needs a win, Fred. He needs one badly, and I think everybody knows that. I know he lives and dies with every Gateway game, and 23 losses in a row, that's a lot of losses, Fred.
That it is, but I want to share the fact that you said he is one of the fine gentlemen that are in coaching. He's a pleasure to be around, and you very rarely hear negative words out of John Ricketts.
Oh, great. West Deptford with a second down and about 6, ball at the 48-yard line of Gateway.
Second down and 5 for West Deptford.
And they run the reverse again, and some pretty good running room for Cameron Atkinson, just a sophomore, close to another West Deptford first down. They may bring the chains in for this one. The spot is at about the 43-yard line.
If our viewers get a chance sometime, when you're watching the wing tee, the key is to focus in on the guards, because the backs will go in every different direction, and the guards are usually the one to take you to the play.
Was a first down, ball at the 43. West Deptford really using up the clock and recording a lot of first downs. Kinsing back to throw as a man open, but getting back to defend nicely on the play was Mike France. He had Williams open. Williams was open momentarily, but the ball kind of fluttered back there, Fred, and enabled Franks to get back and make a nice play.
Yeah, it was almost one of those up for grabs plays, but you can see once again when your offense is so based upon running, how you can set the pass play up. Here we see Kinsing dropping straight back. And it's just a straight streak pattern down the throw, just a little bit behind the receiver.
Second down and 10, ball at the 43-yard line, 10:36 to play first half. Still a 7-0 West Deptford lead. Atkinson, good room, running well to the 36-yard line. Good gain on the play, bring up a third down and about 3 for West Deptford, make it 4. Third down and 4.
Cameron, who's a sophomore, showed some poise in there because he was accelerating when he reached the hole and had his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, and that's how you gain yards.
They've not used Brandon Marty a whole lot tonight. Kinsing hiding the ball well, fires it, good pass, and Williams with the first down reception. That was an excellent pass by Hunter Kinsing. And a first down again for West Deptford. That is the first completed pass, I believe, in the football game. Either way, Fred.
That's correct. And once again, we got to see the waggle pass set up by excellent faking, where you fake the sweep. And Kinsing could have actually probably have run for the first down, but took the pass.
First down and 10, ball at the 23-yard line of Gateway. West Deptford really chewing up the yardage. Straight ahead to Brandon Marty into the secondary. And saving the touchdown, Mike Franks with a good open field tackle, but a big gainer for Brandon Marte all the way down to the 10-yard line. Another first down. And I believe it'll be, is it first and goal, or is that just outside the 10? First down and goal for West Deptford.
Maybe we're seeing now, with all the backs carrying the football for West Deptford, the halfbacks, will really set up Brandon Marty to run on that blast.
And again, that play they use, fullback. Again, Brandon Marty with the carry. Only about a yard pickup this time. Nice job by the Gateway interior.
Good to see that. It's really basically a tackle trap,
yeah,
with a counter step, and boy, it really is effective.
They run the play well. Brandon Marty with only a yard, however. So it's second down and goal at the 9-yard line. Clock running, 9 minutes to play in the half. Atkinson on the wing. Brandon Marty and Mertz. Mertz with the carry. Mertz trying to get to the outside, slips. Turned back nicely inside to the inside by Gibbons, and then the finishing tackle by Mike Franks. And you know, Gateway's done a lot of good things tonight, Fred. They're losing 7-0, but they're hanging tough. A couple of good defensive plays here. They love to hold West Deptford.
I was impressed when the Gateway coaches said before, after the really difficult loss to Haddon Township on Monday, they really expected on Tuesday to find some bad situations at the school. They said every player was there working hard, and I think that's why it's showing a little bit tonight.
Third down and goal, ball just inside the 10-yard line. Kinsing hiding the ball well again, fires it, and miscommunication there. The intended receiver apparently Corey Harvey, but no connection. Fourth down and goal. Now they bring the field goal unit again. Remember what happened last time? That was the key play in the football game when the when the alignment for the field goal drew Gateway offside after they shifted over and resulted in a 1st and goal from the 5. They took it in from there. Let's see what happens this time.
I think the coaches are on the sideline certainly reminding them.
Going after field goal.
Mike Urian will try the field
Mike
goal.
Ryan.
The spot at the 16, 26-yard field goal. Good snap. And no good. So Gateway holds. That's a very positive development for the Gators. 8:11 to play in the first half. Still 7-0 West Effort. And the Gators got to feel good about that defensive stand, Fred.
Oh, sure. And I think it's the confidence factor that you can stop the offense. Now they can generate a little offense. And maybe we can have ourselves a football game.
So on the missed field goal, the ball comes out to the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Gators with 8:11 to play in the first half. Ricketts at quarterback for the Gators. Gibbons picking his way, nothing doing, middle of the West Effort line, stopping that play. Gibbons has been the workhorse for Gateway here in the first half.
2nd down and 10.
Eric Muldoon among the tacklers for West Effort. Also in there, Dave Foreman. And the whole middle of the line helped out. Gain of maybe a yard in the play, 2nd down and 9.
The West Effort coaches have been really, really positive about Eric Muldoon. They say he's their unsung hero, a real tough player.
2nd and 9. Murphy, Gibbons, the back split behind Ricketts. And the carry by Shane Murphy, a senior, 145-pounder. Couple of yards. 3rd down and, we'll call it 8. 3rd down and 8 for Gateway.
Again, it looks like West Effort's made a few adjustments, and it looks like they're starting to take over a little control of the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback Ricketts looking to coach Ricketts in the sideline for the call on this 3rd down play. George Azar atop the press box here at Gateway. One of the real fine coaches for many years in South Jersey, joining the Gateway staff this year. 3rd down play for the Gators. Ricketts floats one. Oh, this could be trouble. Not intercepted, however. Came up short as Mike Clancy had that one lined up for West Effort, but the ball falls short. 4th down, punting down coming up for the Gators.
And as a former coach, great job of officiating. The setback for Gateway moved, but reset, which is perfectly legal under the laws of football. And he did a good job of making a no call.
Estine, the kicker for Gateway. It's a good snap. Gets it off. Good kick by Bastine. It'll be fielded by Williams at the 45-yard line, and good coverage by Gateway. Down on the play was Shane Murphy along with Brian Costinzio. And West Effort with possession at the Gateway 49-yard line.
Looks like we have a flag down on the field.
Joe Mulhern, the referee, we'll hear what he says.
Holding after possession, 15 yards from the end of the run.
Joe Mulhern making the call. 15-yard penalty against West Effort, backing up the Eagles. And that'll give West Effort a 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
If that call was for holding, that'd be interesting alignment for yards, because I always thought it was 10 yards.
You're right. And that'll be a foul penalty. A lot of flags in the first half.
And now it finally makes sense. It must have been 10 yards for holding.
Legal procedure, white.
And the 5 yards for illegal procedure must make 15.
And here's 5 more against West Effort. A procedure call, so now the Eagles backed up to their own 38-yard line. So it's first down and 15 for West Deptford. Brandamarte, some good blocking in front of him, advances the ball to about the 44-yard line. So he'll get back to 5 they lost in a penalty plus a yard. And that'll make it second down and 9 for West Deptford.
And famous expression of a line surge was really obvious. West Deptford's front linemen were just driving the Gateway Gators right back.
Clock running, 5:55 to play and a half. 7-0 West Deptford lead, but Gateway has played the favored Eagles tough. Brandamarte again picking his way. Good second effort. Gets close to midfield. Another first down for West Deptford. They got a pile of them here in the first half. They've dominated possession time, made a lot of first downs, but only lead by 1 score.
I think that's something that's encouraging to Coach Ricketts. I think if you said it was 7-0 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds in the game, he'd take it.
Just short of the first down. The ball is right at midfield. It'll be third down and about 2 for West Deptford. Brandamarte, why not? Into the secondary. He could break it. He's to the 15, the 10, 5. He scores. Brandamarte with a 50-yard touchdown run. And he hit the hole in a hurry. Fred got into the secondary. No one catching him, showing great speed. And all of a sudden, West Deptford leads 13-0 on Brandamarte's 50-yard touchdown scamper.
And he showed everyone with that run why he's such an impressive back. Not only did he know how to get to the hole quickly, he knew what to do once he got past the hole. Outstanding effort on a real quick little belly play by West Deptford.
Urian again out of the hold of Kinsing, trying to make it 14-0. He gets a lot of foot in the ball, and again he's perfect. 14-0 with 5:02 to play. And let's see that run by Brandamarte again. That's a beauty.
Once again, the straight drive. Watch the lead back lead right through the hole. Matter of fact, doesn't even have anyone to hit. Finally blocks the safety. And there goes number 44, Brandamarte, 50 yards for a touchdown. Gee, looks like a lot of famous fullbacks who wore number 44.
We'll take a break from Gateway Regional High School. 14-0 West Deptford. Gateway Regional High School, Colonial Conference Football. Fred Sports and Bob Shryack bringing you the action on Comcast Cable. 14-0 Eagles after the 50-yard touchdown run by Brandamarte. And now West Deptford kicking off again. Urian to either Franks or Gibbons deep for Gateway. Good kick. It'll be fielded by Franks at the 10. Again, looking for room down the right side. Has a little bit of a seam. And a decent return to about the 31-yard line. The Gateway has really played pretty well, Fred. Still find themselves down 14-0.
Right, and I definitely agree with that statement. They showed signs when they can move the football. They showed signs when they can play defense. They just have to do it consistently.
4:56 to play. Gateway would love now to use the clock the rest of the first half, drive down and get a score, and go into halftime trailing by only 1 score. Franks and Gibbons, the backs, split behind Ricketts, the quarterback. Ricketts. And missed the intended receiver. Pat Stafford, the senior wide receiver, the intended target for Ricketts. Just misfired, second down and 10.
Gateway ran its version of its waggle and had receivers open. I think the coaches upstairs will notice that. We may see that play again.
Tough pass back across your body, though, isn't it, Fred?
Absolutely. The hardest thing, some kids can do that so well, but I'll tell you what, it was something I could never do.
Great athlete like you.
I certainly appreciate the comment, but I think my opponents might say something different.
2nd down and 10 for Gateway. Gibbons been a workhorse, couple of yards. Straight ahead to the 35-yard line, the middle of that West Effort line doing a good job tonight. Chris Murphy, a junior 275-pounder. Did they have guys that big when you played, Fred?
No, they didn't. As a matter of fact, the biggest player I ever played at Pittman when I played was Ed Woolley, who weighed about 220 pounds, and he was the fullback.
What a great fullback he was, too. Of course, you did all the blocking.
Oh, sure, yeah.
3rd down and 7, the spot at the 35-yard line. Ricketts straight back to throw. Has a man wide open, and it's completed. Great pass, good reception by Billy McCormick, and a 1st down for the Gators. A well-thrown ball by quarterback Ricketts.
Very impressive, and that was the play that they had run earlier, and the ball was incomplete. And it was the halfback swinging up after the wide receiver did a slant. We can watch it right here. Ricketts dropping straight back, timing up. And there goes the halfback out of the backfield. Wide, great catch.
1st down at the 42-yard line of West Effort. 4 minutes to play in the 1st half. Straight ahead, but not much there. Gibbons, the ball carrier. No gain. 2nd down and 10. Maybe a half a yard on the play.
2nd down and 9.
A great opportunity for Ricketts, the sophomore quarterback, to get varsity game experience, Fred. That'll put him in excellent shape knowing the system for next year.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what you can hope for. He's going to get better and better.
Ricketts fires it incomplete. The intended receiver, Pat Stafford. It'll bring up a 3rd down and a little less than 10 for Gateway with 3:20 to play 1st half.
It's an interesting comment. They used to say that for every sophomore that you start, you're going to lose a football game. And we used to say for every sophomore you start, you can count on him for the next 2 years.
Much better way to look at it. 3rd down and 10 Gateway. West Effort defense has been tough all year, spinning a shutout so far tonight. Ricketts straight back to throw, getting good protection. Fires it, incompleted. He got tremendous pressure that time from Corey Harvey. As a matter of fact, Corey hit him just as he was releasing the ball.
And a nice job done by West Effort secondary, because in scanning the field, there were no open receivers. Ricketts did the right thing by throwing the ball away.
Bastine sophomores had a lot of punting practice tonight for Gateway.
Jim Bastine back to receive the punt. Shane Mertz and Jamar Williams.
Good punt by Bastine. Fair catch called for by Mertz. And West Effort taking over on its own 15-yard line. So West Effort with another possession. They have time, 3:04 to play in the half. They lead it by 14, and they'd like to pick up another score before the break.
And I think that's very true. When you said time, 3:05 is plenty enough time to make a touchdown. Important for Gateway. Stop them here, make it only 14-0 at halftime.
So at the 15-yard line, good punt by Bastine, putting the Eagles back. Movement on the right side. This one apparently will go against West Effort.
Dead ball foul.
Joe Mulhern working tonight with Jim Puterbach, Jim Martin, John Foster, Ron Morgan, and the clock keeper, Jim Krebitz.
And Bob, they're a fine group of officials, experienced and handled every type of game you could imagine.
First down and 15. So West Defford in a dangerous spot on the field. Gateway would love to force a turnover here. Brandon Marty, who had just had that 50-yard touchdown run on his last carry, with another good carry here to the 21-yard line. Pickup of about 10 on the play. It'll be second down and 5. Brandon Marty with a big first half, closing in already on 100 yards. As Fred indicated, he's already had one 200-yard game this season.
And it was interesting, in the beginning of the game, he wasn't the main focal point. Now he's really taking control.
Brandon Marty again, dragging tacklers with him. Appears to have a first down.
Bob, you mentioned before about the success Coach Folsom's had with the weight room, and I think we're getting to see that with the strength of his backs and the strength of his linemen. There's no substitute for strength.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. 2:20 to play in the half. Eagles lead it 14-0. And the ball at the 28-yard line. Long way to go. Kinsing hiding the ball well again, and he'll run it this time. And knocked out of bounds. Good play by Gibbons first, submarining the play and slowing up Kinsing. And then good job of finishing it off. Not sure who made that tackle, but good pursuit that time by the Gators.
It looks like we have a late flag, Bob. Looks like a dead ball foul against West Defford.
So the Eagles backed up again. West Defford hurting itself with penalties here in the first half. Gibbons has played a spirited first half for Gateway. Good-looking ball player, Mike Gibbons, a senior.
I like his intensity. He doesn't seem to let up on every play, and I think he's really into playing.
Both offensively and defensively playing well. Some confusion on the field. Now West Defford ready to go. Second down and about 16 for West Defford. Minute 37 to play. Now the referee stops the clock again.
Coach Folsom is almost a perfectionist, and I'm sure when he sees things like this out on the field, he won't be pleased.
Well, they've taken a lot of first half penalties, have the Eagles.
It looks like the famous sideline warning.
Clock running, minute 30. Kinsing to throw, going deep. A good job of adjusting by Williams down the right sideline, and he gets the ball well into Gateway territory. That was an excellent job by Jamar Williams of adjusting to that Kinsing pass, Fred.
Absolutely, and you feel so bad for the defensive back because he really played the ball well. The ball was thrown short, the receiver saw it, the DB didn't. Straight drop back here for Kinsing. It was set up, throw the ball as far as you can, send your fastest receiver down the field, hope that he catches it. It came short. Look at the reaction. Great job that's done by receiver Jamar Williams.
Kinsing, another completed pass. The receiver again was Williams. Under a minute, 52-51. West Defford trying to at least get it in field goal position. And West Defford is going to take a timeout. That was a 40-yard completion, the first one to Williams. This one a gain of about 8 yards, so it's second down and 2. And now a timeout with 50 seconds to go. That's a familiar name, Hunter Kinsing. His father, Scott Kinsing, outstanding quarterback at Woodbury High School, we'll say about 25 years ago. And then, of course, an outstanding small college quarterback at Gettysburg. And now a noted banker, the Bank of Gloucester County, Scott Kinsing. So good bloodlines there.
I'd say every school has at least one family that seems to just be able to produce and produce, and when you get an athlete with that last name, boy, are you so happy to have him. Of course, that was Woodbury to Gateway. Oh, excuse me, Woodbury to West Deptford.
Yeah, it's tough for Scott when West Deptford, his son's team, plays Woodbury, his alma mater, but I have a hunch which team he's rooting for now.
Absolutely. You know, I talked to Coach Folsom before the game, and I asked him, I said, if it was 14-9 after 3 periods like it was last week against against Woodbury, is that what you wanted? He said, yes, it was. Unfortunately, it ended up 28-9.
First down and 10, or second down and about a yard at the 28-yard line. 50 seconds to go. Not yet in field goal range for Mike Urian. Urian with a strong leg, however. We'll need about another 10 yards before they can think about a field goal here. So West Deptford leading 14-0, trying for another score before halftime. Branamarty, pretty good running room. Has the first down. And the advance to about the 23. 45 seconds to go. They'll move the chains, stop the clock, now restart the clock. 44, 43. Still time for the Eagles. Atkinson, Branamarty behind Kinsing. They'll run in reverse again. Mertz cutting it back inside. Not a whole lot doing. Battling for yardage, using up time. Now 25, 24 seconds. Good job defensively by the Gators there. Mike Milner among the top tacklers for the Gators. And now West Deptford wants another timeout with 22 seconds to go.
And boy, you're right. Great job by the Gators of staying home. Especially that was the old inside reverse to the wing back coming back, and the corner defensive end stayed home, took the play away. Now if you're West Deptford, you wonder, how many plays do you run before you try that field goal?
22 seconds. Are they out of timeouts or they have one more?
I believe they have one remaining.
Clyde Folsom has done a terrific job with this West Deptford program. They've been strong since he came to West Deptford. Gateway cheerleaders trying to rouse the crowd on homecoming night. What a great night for a football game.
Boy, it sure is. I mean, you know, it was no real surprise to us because before he was at West Deptford, he was an assistant at Hamilton one year, but he had Bishop Eustace's program, just outstanding. Some of the finest high school teams I had a chance to see in the mid-'80s.
Second down and about 9, 22 seconds to go. Kinsing at quarterback. Atkinson in motion. Kinsing, good protection to finally chase out of the pocket, and good job defensively by Ed Kaki. He is a senior 215-pounder, and Ed, two-way tackle, got in there quickly.
Boy, if you're Coach Ricketts, almost close to intentionally grounding.
Yes, could have been called. It's now third down and about 9, but only 17 seconds to go, and they still need a little more yardage. I think they're close to Urian's range. I was watching him in practice. He has a very strong leg.
Well, if that's the case, then I think they'll make an attempt here to try to get a first down and then use their last time out.
Another 5 yards. I think they're easily in his range. Kinsing again. Screen sets up nicely. Branamarty. And boy, what a tremendous tackle on the corner. Big play by a young man whose name we've been calling all night long. That's Gibbons. Boy, Gibbons gets a game ball. I don't care what happens. He's made some big plays, and the clock will run out. That'll do it for the first half from Gateway Regional High School. The score on the Valley and Bow scoreboard: West Deptford 14, Gateway nothing. Second half Colonial Conference football from Gateway Regional High School. Fred Schwartz and Bob Shryock. West Deptford leading Gateway 14-0. And West Deptford will receive the second half kickoff. Fred, you had an opportunity to talk to the coaches at halftime, and a kind of interesting contrast in the locker rooms.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Folsom and his staff were extremely unhappy with the performance of their team in the first half. It was almost as if they were losing the game 14-0 instead of winning the game 14-0, and really said they were going to have a better second half. Gateway, on the other half, said they showed much more heart in the first half of this week than they showed in the entire game on Monday against Haddon Township. They thought some good things were going to come.
All right, second half kickoff coming up. Big halftime ceremony with the homecoming king and queen crowned, Sharon Currick and Bill Seville, a couple of Gateway seniors. And now we're ready for second half football. Stafford approaching it for the Gators. And good coverage downfield by Gateway as Corey Harvey on the return for West Deptford High School. So West Deptford will start the first possession of the second half on its own 26-yard line. And we'll see if the Eagles were fired up by their coaches at halftime.
And we just might see that number 44, Brandon Marty, carry the ball a few more times this half.
Nick had a big first half, including a 50-yard scoring run. But the first handoff is to Atkinson and the Gateway defense, which has played well all night long, save that one long touchdown run by Brandon Marty. Does the job again, and Mr. Gibbons in there, part of another tackle for the Gators. And Mike Gibbons has had some kind of football game for Gateway. Pickup of about 2, second down and 8.
But I think that's, again, the word heart that you're saying Gateway's playing with tonight. And you're right, Bob, with the exception of that 50-yard run, we could be seeing a very interesting turn of events.
Second down and 8. And there's Brandon Marte. And he is a tough guy to stop for less than a 4 or 5 yard run.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you, there's a few good fullbacks that have gone through the professional ranks, but kind of almost like that Larry Zonka.
Well, not a bad guy to be compared to.
Boy, that's for sure.
Third down and 4 after a pickup of about 4 yards by Brandon Marte. Just underway second half. West Deptford moved the ball pretty well in the first half. And this play going nowhere. Good defensive play by Tom Platt of the Gators. That play a little slow unfolding, and I believe that hurt West Deptford.
Yeah, once again, it was that fullback trap, and Tom Platt, I thought he did an outstanding job of reading what was going on and just made a sure tackle. Great play by Tom.
Gibbons and Valari deep for Gateway. So West Deptford forced to punt. And the punt by Jasparovic. Short one, but gets a real good bounce. Picked up by Gibbons, and Gibbons makes a nice return. Bit of a gamble by Gibbons on the play, but he gets away with it and makes a nice return to the 47, giving Gateway real good field position.
Well, I think that just gave Coach Ricketts a few more gray hairs. It's great when it works, but it can certainly backfire in a minute. But again, good field position. Let's see what Gateway can do with the football.
If Gateway can take it down and score, we've got ourselves a football game. 9 minutes, 58 seconds to play third quarter. West Deptford shooting for its 4th win out of 5 with a 14-0 lead. Gibbons lone back set behind Ricketts. Tight behind the quarterback. And the carry by Mike Franks. A yard, maybe 2. Second down for the Gators.
Interesting to see. Gateway was successful throwing the ball a couple encounters in the first half. Let's see if they go back to that early.
Ball at the 48-yard line of West Deptford. Second down and about 9, 8.5 for the Gators. The carry by Bonsic to about the 45. Spotted at the 46-yard line. It'll be second down And about 6, long 6 for Gateway. 9 minutes to play, third period.
I think we may see that passing situation now. And sometimes good, successful football teams have to mix up that pass and do it on other downs.
McCormick, the wide receiver, to the near side on third down and long for the Gators. Ricketts to throw, getting pretty good protection. Dumps it in, has Gibbons open, and he hits him. Gibbons drives over one tackler, and Gateway deep into West Effort territory. Excellent touch pass that time by Ricketts, finds Gibbons. That was a real good play.
Boy, it really was, and I think what you said, the touch pass was just outstanding. He hit him in the dead run. Now, Coach Folsom's not going to be happy at all because anytime the quarterback gets outside the defensive end, it puts immediate trouble. Let's see, maybe Gateway can move it down now and score.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line. Deepest penetration for the Gators. Franks picking his way, maybe a yard.
Mike Franks, the ball carrier.
Play they seem to be trying to run is almost like the play that West Deptford won with Vermonte at fullback. I mean, they're using the halfback with the fullback leading. So far, it hasn't been able to get much.
About a half-yard gain on the play. Call it about the 18-yard line. Second down. Call it 9 for the Gators. Gibbons out for this play. Boncich and Franks behind Ricketts. Franks, nowhere. Play turned back inside by Shane Mertz of West Deptford. And negligible yardage on the play. It'll be a third down call again and long. Actually a loss. About 3rd and 11, the ball at the 20-yard line. West Deptford defense trying to keep his shutout intact. Passing down for Ricketts. Fires it over the middle and intercepted. Intercepted, we believe, by Foreman. The ball tipped, and that's where that tipping drill comes in handy. Good play by Foreman with the interception, and the Gateway scoring drive is thwarted.
Just a quick slant pass coming up from Ricketts, as we'll see right in here. Just a 3-step drop, quick pass. And one thing you always do when you throw the slant pass is you never leave the receiver. That happened that time. The tip drill paid off. INT.
Brandon Marty, very little doing. Tough interior defense by the Gators. Gibbons in the play again. Got a lot of help from the middle of the Gateway defense. Mike Milner, 200-pound junior, in on the play. Gain of about a yard. Second down and 9. And the ball at the 12-yard line. 6:35 to play, third quarter. Poor field position for the Eagles, but the interception prevents the Gateway score. Kinsing to throw, fires it over the middle, and a nice defensive play by the Gators' Shane Murphy, just a 145-pounder, and he timed that hit perfectly.
He sure did, and boy, you were right too. Kinsing really put some zip on that pass. A good defense always will take away that good offensive play.
So it's a 3rd down and 9 call on the Gateway defense, which played well in the first half, except for a couple of plays, including Brandon Marty's 50-yard scoring run. It was acquitting itself well here as we begin second half play. 3rd and 9. And they run the reverse again. And they fake the reverse. Kinsing keeps the football and does not get much yardage. Good faking, but not a whole lot of yards on the play. Gateway holds for the second time here in the third quarter.
Yeah, this definitely won't make Coach Folsom happy, but boy, outstanding job again by defense. Gateway on defense of staying at home. They just stayed exactly where they're supposed to be. 4th down again. Gateway gets another shot.
Gibbons deep along with Joe Volari, a sophomore for the Gators. So it's a battle of field position here in the third quarter, and the Gateways had the better of it. Good punt by Beskarovic. Volari Valari breaks a tackle down the right side. Good job by Valari with a return of about 20 yards. And again, Gateway with excellent field position, but they've got to capitalize.
Well, our viewers are seeing how many sophomores now are playing for Gateway and doing good job performances. Valari refused to go down on the first hit, kept those legs moving. Great field position for Gateway.
Spot at the 26-yard line. So Gateway doing a good job, but they've got to capitalize on one of these opportunities here and punch one in the end zone, trailing 14-0. And of course, lack of offense has been a problem for Gateway during this losing streak the last couple of years. Straight ahead, not much doing there. The first hit made by Shane Mertz of West Deptford. Also in on the play was Brandon Marty, who does a good job defensively as well. So pickup of about 2, it'll be 2nd down and 8.
And that's really true, Bob. Gateway's only averaging a little bit over 3 points a game this year. And they definitely need more than 3 to win tonight, since West Deptford has already 14.
Peters, the wide receiver, to the far side. 2nd down and 8. And that'll be a penalty. It looked like half the Gateway line was moving ahead of the snap. Joe Mulhern making the call. That cost the Gators 5 yards. To the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 13 for the Gators.
Once again now, long yardage. Your defense can pretty much anticipate the play that's going to be run or passed.
4 minutes, 40 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Gateway trailing by 14. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Ricketts to throw. Good protection, looking to set up the screen, but West Deptford read that one perfectly. The intended receiver was Gibbons. Incompleted pass, 3rd and 12.
Brandon Marty showing he can do it on both sides of the ball. Really did a great job of reading screen. If the receiver for Gateway had caught the ball, it would have probably been a loss.
So another key 3rd down call coming up for the Gators. The problem with their 3rd down calls, Fred, has been that they're always 3rd and long.
Right, and it almost gives West Deptford the chance to just really anticipate pass, blitz, and do what they have to do. Now, we may see that circle pass come back to the halfback. Let's see.
On a blitz by Corey Harvey as he buries Ricketts. A big play by Corey Harvey, one of the senior leaders on this team, and that negates any chance Gateway has of getting into the end zone in this possession. Bastine, who's done a good job punting tonight for the Gators, will punt to either Williams or Mertz. So Gateway winning the battle of field position, but that's about it here in the 3rd quarter. Bastine with... it's off of the receiver and recovered by the Gators. Whoa, what a mistake there by West Deptford. The recovery made by Shane Murphy of Gateway, and again, Gateway in terrific position to score.
Boy, how many times we as coaches have told the deep back, if you're not going to catch the ball, get as far away from the ball as you possibly can. Boy, what a colossal opportunity. Here's the replay again. You'll see as the kick is coming down, here's the receiver. He's not going to catch it. Looks like he's trying to get away, and the ball's almost attracted to him.
That was Mertz making that mistake. Straight ahead, battling for not a whole lot of yardage is Murphy. Murphy with the recovery of that fumble. Gateway's got to punch right in here. I mean, you know, their defense has done a fine job all night long keeping Gateway in the football game, but the offense has not been able to take advantage.
That's right.
They got to score here the way I think.
Absolutely, and just from your own psychological ideas, you just got to get in the end zone. You've been down there.
2nd down and 9, the ball at the 11-yard line. Ricketts with the handoff. The ball is loose. And West Deptford thinks it is recovered. And they have. Oh, boy. So a fumble, and it's turned right back over to West Deptford.
If you're a Gateway coach, that's the 2nd big fumble. I thought there was a crucial fumble in the first half, early in the first quarter when Gateway was moving the ball. Now we got another one.
2:49 to play in the third quarter. Injured Gateway player down, so time is out on the field. That was a great opportunity again for Gateway that goes by the boards. We'll take time out from Gateway. 14-0, the West Effort Eagles leading. We'll be back. Brian Crescenzio, the injured Gateway player, coming off the field with some assistance. We're back in play. The fumble recovery for West Deptford was by Mike Shields. And the Eagles take over. Straight ahead to Brandemarty. And, boy, he has a load to bring down. Big gainer here, getting West Deptford better field position with the first down carry to the 27-yard line.
First real good offensive effort by West Deptford in the second half. I'm sure Coach Folsom burned a few years on the sidelines.
Well, they have not penetrated midfield here in the third quarter. The field position battle has been won by Gateway, but they've got absolutely nothing to show for it. It's still a 14-0 football game. First and 10, West Deptford. Atkinson, a lot of room, gets to the outside. This tackle, still on his feet, dragged down at about midfield, but a nice run by the sophomore, Cameron Atkinson. Pickup of about 23 for a first down to midfield. And West Deptford finally with some positive field position here in the third quarter.
Real quickly showed by Atkinson. Really got to the corner fast.
So the West Deptford offense appears to be a bit rejuvenated. Straight ahead to guess who? Brandemarty into the clear, breaks the tackle, almost breaks it all the way, finally pulled down by McCormick, touchdown saving tackle. Brandemarty well over 100 yards again this week. And now the Gateway defense wants a timeout to talk about it.
She almost looks like a completely different West Deptford offense that we've seen in the second half so far. Good timeout by Coach Ricketts to try to stop that momentum.
So consecutive runs of 23 and 19 yards by Brandemarty. The Eagles on the march at the 31-yard line of Gateway. Minute 52 to play in the third quarter. Very nice halftime ceremony tonight with the homecoming queen, Sharon Curick, and King, Bill Seville, crowned. And how about that? Jerry Tarashi was in that court of honor tonight. His daughter, one of the homecoming contestants. Jerry Tarashi, Woodbury High School graduate, and probably the most famous assistant football coach in the history of Gloucester County, now with Tom Brown at Washington Township after serving with Brown and also being head coach at Paulsboro.
Bob, he just does an outstanding job wherever he goes. And I'll tell you what, it's got to be a lot of thoughts on his mind today because Washington Township takes on Shawnee tomorrow in what some say is the battle of the two best teams in Group 4 and maybe all of South Jersey.
1 against 2. First and 10 for West Deptford. Minute 52 to play, third quarter, 14-0 Eagles. The pitch this time to Brandemarty, swings down the sideline, still on his feet, heading to the end zone. Is he in? Steps out of bounds. Brandemarty is running wild at this point, and of course you had an indication at halftime, Fred, that he was going to get the ball a lot in the second half, and that's what's happened, and he has pretty much accounted for most of the yardage on this drive.
He's showing some real good characteristics. Not only is he strong and the ability to pick his hole, but his strength is outstanding.
First and goal at the 8-yard line as Brandemarty has been chewing up huge chunks of yardage on this drive. Kinsing at the controls for West Deptford. Brandemarty again over the right side and down close to the goal line. second down, and he is at about the 1. It'll be second down and goal at the 1-yard line. Remember, this drive started after a fumble recovery by Shields. West Effort has had a couple of marathon drives tonight.
And just shows you how important that unfortunate fumble was for Gateway, because a chance to move right back into the game, and now an opportunity for West Effort to take a 3-touchdown lead.
Second down and goal, the ball at the 1-yard line. Brandon Marty again, and he is in for the touchdown. Minute 3 to play in the third period. Brandon Marte scores from the 1, and West Effort takes a 20-0 lead. And appropriately, Brandon Marty gets a call because he did yeoman work on that drive.
Absolutely, and again, once we said the heart and soul of the wing T is a good, hard-running fullback. We got to see the fullback in all different variations in that play. Well, a little different looking, almost a double gate there for our West Effort.
And another successful placement by Mike Urian, who is 3 for 3. And it's 21-0 West Effort. And you made a point just before the Brandon Marty touchdown there, Fred. You know, Gateway has a chance to go in to make it a 14-7 game. They lose the football on a fumble, and all of a sudden it's 21-0. So that's a 2-touchdown swing.
And I think it was important for Gateway to do something for points. I think just for their offense to feel good about themselves. Instead, the ball's turned over immediately, and now you have to think twice.
1:03 to play in the third quarter. West Effort leading Gateway 21-0. West Effort still hopeful of Colonial Conference title, still hopeful of playoff consideration, but they're going to need a lot of help.
The toughest thing for them is West Effort this year is up to a Group 3 school. And with so many Group 3 schools playing Group 4 teams, and then West Effort playing in the Colonial Conference, playing 1s and 2s, almost means you have to go undefeated.
That's great. The ambulance has arrived to apparently take Brian Crescenzio to the hospital. National Park Community Ambulance is here. Of course, National Park, one of the 4 sending districts, along with Westville, Woodbury Heights, and Winona, that supply Gateway Regional High School. Urian with the kickoff. High, short kick. Who wants it? Picked up by Franks. And Franks with the return. To about the 31-yard line where the Gators will take over. 57 seconds to play in the third quarter and a 21-0 West Effort lead.
Speaking when you were saying, Bob, of the playoffs, there's some very interesting proposals that are going to come up at the December meeting of the NJSI AA, which could have big changes in football playoffs in the state of New Jersey.
Ricketts at quarterback. The handoff to McCormick. McCormick, little yardage. What are the major ones, Fred?
Well, one of the things they're discussing is going to 8 teams in the playoffs instead of 4. And the way that would be decided was that at about the 8th game, the playoffs would, we talked about starting to schedule the playoffs, the schedule a week early, starting the playoffs a week early, and those teams that were not in the playoffs would have the opportunity to schedule 2 more games.
Interesting.
So that everyone could possibly play 11 football games.
I think Pennsylvania's
right.
Been doing that for years. Ricketts fires it and nearly picked off. The intended receiver was Gibbons. Good coverage by Lamont Lee of the Eagles.
Great pressure was put on that time on Ricketts, and he will learn eventually that you don't put the ball up for grabs. Gateway's fortunate to get the ball back for another snap.
Didn't get much time here, does he, Fred?
No, really, Corey Harvey really put some pressure, and that ball easily could have gone the other way.
Third down and 9, 8 seconds to play in the quarter. Could be the last play of the third quarter.
Bob, the interesting one, if that playoff does go through, is it does not affect Thanksgiving Day football games. so we'll never go through a situation like we did one year when most of the games were not played.
Got to have Thanksgiving football. The pitch to Murphy, but loss on the play. It'll be 4th down, but the end of the 3rd period on the Valley and Bow scoreboard after 3 quarters, it is West Deptford 21 and Gateway nothing. We'll be back with 4th quarter action right after this.
West Deptford 21, Gateway nothing.
Colonial Conference football from Gateway Regional High School. First play of the 4th quarter, Gateway forced to punt. West Deptford leading 21-0. They've scored a touchdown in each of the first 3 quarters. Bastine done a good job of punting tonight. Looking at the 43. Nice coverage downfield by the Gators. Gibbons was there first. The finishing tackle made by Murphy, along with Kevin Galbraith, the sophomore. So the Gators have done a lot of things well tonight, but they still on the short end of the score, 21-0, and that losing streak of 23 appears to be heading to 24 unless the Gators can mount a miracle rally here in the 4th quarter.
And that can really get frustrating when you do things well and you still end up on the short end of the score. Let's hope the Gateway was able to reverse that trend very soon.
New quarterback for the Eagles of West Deptford, Dave Foreman, a junior, replacing Kinsing. Brandon Marte into the secondary again, and he could go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Brandon Marte, and he is running wild at this point. Touchdown run of 57 yards by Brandon Marte, who is now over 200 yards on the night. And the Eagles have broken it open, 27-0.
And again, we got to see how good of a back Brandon Marte is. Not only does he have power, but he also has speed, knows how to get into the end zone.
Now you heard Folsom talking about Brandon Marte getting the ball in the second half, and he's done that. What a game Brandon Marte's having after a somewhat slow start in the first quarter. This one is no good, so Urian misses. Had been 3 for 3. 27-0 West Deptford, and let's watch Brandon Marte's latest touchdown.
Again, the straight dive, just great vision through the hole. The cut back to the outside.
Makes a couple people miss it.
Boy, that's for sure, and then just know where the end zone is.
Got to be progressing as one of the better backs in South Jersey.
Yeah, I really do think so, and Coach Folsom said early in the game that he wanted to showcase some of his halfbacks because so many teams were so keen on Brandon Marte. But boy, I'll tell you what, when you need him, there he is.
Mert scored the first West Deptford touchdown tonight, 5-yard run at 3:18 of the first period. Brandon Marte has scored the last 3 runs of 50, 1, and 57 yards. West Deptford with a touchdown in each quarter, and it's 27-0. So the Eagles in excellent shape of going 4-1 in the season and keeping all of their hopes alive.
And I'm sure Coach Folsom will remind his group that if they continue to win week after week after week, and they could play Paulsboro on Thanksgiving Day and still only have 1 loss, that they have a chance to make that Colonial Conference a 3-way tie. Or, who knows?
A lot of key players out for Gateway now. They lost to Brian Crescenzio tonight, the 295-pound senior 2-way tackle, and they had 4 key players lost in the Haddon Township game. Steve Duncan, Scott Steedle, Ed Foote, and Michael Karp. So they're really hurting along the front line with some key players out. Urian, good deep kickoff this time. Gibbons drops it, picks it up at the 8. And Gibbons still battling, driving ahead. He's a tough player. And Gateway will take possession at its own 28-yard line. I'd like to see the Gators mount a drive and put something on the board. I think their offense needs a little boost, Fred.
I'm with you, and we start with the little things, just moving the ball forward, getting first downs. Nothing helps your psyche more than scoring.
A lot of young players in the game for the Gators. That's a good sign. Ricketts firing over the middle. Incompleted. The intended receiver on the play was Billy McCormick. He's a junior. 2nd down and 10.
You know, if you are Coach Ricketts, that's what you have to look at, Bob, is that you have so many young players out. You just hope they learn from all these experience. Don't let it get down, and hope that each year they get better and better.
11:30 to play in the football game. 27-0. West Deptford leading. Franks, Gibbons behind Ricketts. Ricketts to throw. Incomplete again. Same pattern. McCormick dropping this one. Looked like it was on the money. 3rd down.
Yeah, Ricketts really zinged that ball right in there, and that was a good pass.
So 3rd down call coming up for the sophomore quarterback, John Ricketts. Good size, 6'3", 185 pounds. Ricketts again to throw. Fires it over the middle and incomplete. Intended receiver, Ken Morris. So 3 misfires in a row, and Gateway will be forced to punt. 11:22 to play in the football game.
And of course, Bob, the only problem with that is very little time runs off the clock, giving West Deptford another opportunity.
Jim Bastine, a sophomore, has done a good job of punting tonight for Gateway. High snap way over Bastine's head. Tries to get it off and somehow does. Oh, what a nice job by Bastine. And Gateway comes up with the loose football. Oh, what a great play by the Gators. When the ball is centered well over Bastine's head, he somehow retreats, picks it up, kicks the football, and Gateway recovers a fumble.
I'll tell you what, I was just amazed at that particular play, but you had a Bastine just did a great job of even getting the kick off. Good things happen if you can just execute.
Ball at the 42-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Gators.
Randy Marty stayed in the fullback. Right, and he's the lead blocker to give the ball to Randy Marty. So wherever he is, well, yeah, most every time. Let me tell you something.
Ricketts again to throw. Has a man wide open and a good catch by Shane Murphy. And a 1st down for Gateway. Yeah, Ricketts has thrown some good passes tonight.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I think he's going to become a real good player. I can remember Jim Boyd saying when Kenny Wilson was a sophomore, the struggles he had to go through, and he's determined they're developed into a great quarterback. I think Ricketts could do the same thing.
1st and 10, the ball at the 38-yard line of West Deptford. Gateway has been deep in West Deptford territory on several occasions tonight, still coming up empty. 1st and 10. So we have a penalty. Kevin Pickering well across the line for West Deptford. He is a mere 262-pounder. Apparently not drawn offside.
Encroachment, defense.
So
First
that's
down.
5 yards stepped off against West Deptford.
Coach Folsom really thinks that Kevin Pickering could become a Division I player.
He's a big one, 6'2", 262 pounds.
And I believe one of the few returning starters that played for West Deptford last year.
Well, you look at the West Deptford roster and the weights: 230, 235, 220, 230, 225, 262, 235, 230, 275. It's unbelievable.
That's for sure.
First down and 5 for Gateway. Big hole. And a great effort by the Gators. Shane Murphy nearly getting into the end zone. And Gateway again knocking on West Deptford's door. The ball at the 10-yard line. And an outstanding run by Murphy. Nearly got into the end zone.
And really good to see. It's nice to see Gateway moving down. It builds the enthusiasm back up. And just a quick dive play, but Murphy really hit the hole hard.
First down and goal for Gateway. 9:40 to play in the football game. Remember, this all started after the ball is snapped over the punter's head. The Gateway recovers a fumble and knocking on West Deptford's door again. And a good surge by the Gateway line gets a couple of yards for Mike Franks.
Michael Franks, the ball carrier, stopped by Dave Warner.
Pickup of about 4. It'll be second down and goal from the 6-yard line. 9:10 to play.
You know, I guess it's really not good as an announcer to try to hope that somebody scores, but I kind of really hope that Gateway can put the ball in the end zone.
And their offense has sputtered all year long, but shown some flashes tonight, some promise. Second and goal at the 6. Gibbons, and he will be tackled for a loss. Great play by Corey Harvey, and Harvey has made some terrific plays tonight. He is one of the real top leaders on this West Deptford team. A loss on the play of about 2 yards. It'll be third and goal from the 8.
Bob, from what I understand, a pretty interesting story. A transfer from Woodbury in his sophomore year who did not play his junior year at West Deptford, now is out as a senior.
Boy, there have been some great Harveys playing football in Gloucester County the last couple of years, haven't there?
Boy, I'll tell you what, I'll just start with Kevin.
Third down and goal. The ball at the 8-yard line. Back split behind Ricketts. Murphy and Gibbons. Ricketts to throw. Firing incompleted. It'll be fourth down. The intended receiver, Mike Franks. So the Gators with one more chance on this possession. Fourth down and goal. And Gateway's going to take a timeout to talk about it. 8:01 to play in the game. We're going to take timeout from Gateway Regional High School. West Deptford leading Gateway 27-0. Fred Schwartz and Bob Shryock at Gateway Regional High School. The Gators with a fourth down and goal at the West Deptford 8-yard line. 8:01 to play in the football game. Ricketts, straight drop, floats it into the corner of the end zone. Incompleted. The intended receiver was Ken Morris, and the Gators turn it over again. How many chances have they had tonight, Fred? A lot of good chances, in tight to score, and they still come up with zeros.
That's true, and that's very, very frustrating. Here it was just a quick fade out to the wide receiver. Looked like he was looking over one shoulder and the ball went over the other shoulder. But yeah, it's kind of tough because you know you can move the ball and you've had some good plays, but you just haven't got it in. And that zero's on the board.
Dave Foreman, the quarterback for West Deptford now. He was in for Brandon Marty's last big run. They'll start from the 8-yard line. Brandon Marty straight ahead. Nothing this time. Middle of the Gateway line doing the job. Jason Miller in on the play. Also Ed Yakaki part of the tackle. Middle of the line does a great job for Gateway on that play. It'll be second down and about 9 for West Deptford. Clock running, 7:35 to play.
West Deptford coaches really like Foreman. They say he has tremendous physical skills. As a junior, he may be the man they're grooming to be the quarterback for next year.
Foreman with the keeper. And tripped up, preventing a longer game. Good play by, guess who, Mike Gibbons. Pat Stafford with the tackle that time. And it'll be 3rd down. And about 6 for a first down, 6:50 to play. Foreman, handoff straight ahead. Brandon Marty in the clear again. He's at midfield, at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, at the 10, and he will go into the end zone for the touchdown on a run of 81 yards. His numbers tonight are absolutely incredible. 81-yard touchdown run by Brandon Marty. He already had runs of 57 and 50.
And some other big ones along the way. And he's got to be close to 300 yards in today's effort.
81-yard scoring run by Brandon Marty. It is a 33-0 football game. He has scored the last 4 West Deptford touchdowns, and what was a close game and a competitive game is now, at least on the scoreboard, a blowout, 33-0. Urian from placement. Boy, this one gets up there. 34-0, 4 for 5 on PATs by Urian. But the story tonight, Brandon Marty, and look at this one.
We're going to get to see this, and it's just a basic play. It's the belly again. Look at Bramante just coming right through Bramante. And once he's there, the safety's nowhere in sight. Boy, look at him run. No,
look at McCormick trying to catch him, though.
It's tremendous effort. He does everything he can. He never gives up on the play.
Real good effort by McCormick. Almost gets him here.
Absolutely.
Brandon Marty keeps his feet, and wow. Touchdown runs of 50, 57, 81, and 1 yards. 4 TDs for Brandon Marty, and our statistician took the night off, or we'd have known exactly what he is.
That's the truth, but he gets my vote already for one of the backs of the week somewhere. I'll tell you that.
He's all. I think he's already been honored, but he is. You are right, though. He's got to be close to 300 yards because on the touchdown runs alone, he has 182
yards.
No, wait a minute. Let's see. Now let me do some quick math here. I'm 58, 189 yards on the touchdown runs alone.
And he's had a few 20, 25-yard runs that will go along with it.
So you're right. He could be close to 300 yards,
which might be probably maybe the best ever done by a West Deptford back. Tony Ross had some big games, but I don't think he ever had a 300-yard game.
Some night for Nick Brandon Marty. 34-0 West Deptford. Good deep kickoff by Urian. Franks at the 15. Cuts it back inside. And a nice return by Mike Franks. So Gateway takes over at its own 31-yard line. 30-yard line.
Although it's difficult to look past, tonight at the thing, West Deptford will play Collingswood next week, and that's always a rivalry game between West Deptford and Collingswood.
And of course, West Deptford always looks forward to its big Thanksgiving game with Paulsboro High School, too.
I wonder, has West Deptford ever beaten Paulsboro?
Don't believe so.
I think you're right.
Ricketts to throw.
There it is.
And incompleted. The intended receiver was Shane Murphy. 2nd down and 10.
Went back to that halfback circle pass, and Murphy was wide open again. When they make connection with that, that's going to be a big yardage play for Gateway.
2nd and 10 Gators. They trail at 34-0. It's been a tough week for Gateway. They had the Monday game because of last weekend's rainouts. Played at Haddon Township, lost 28-0, lost 4 starters by injury. Had 3 days to practice for a real good West Deptford team, and although they've been competitive tonight, trail at 34-0. So tough week for Gateway. Ricketts to throw again, and again incompleted.
You know,
Third
Bob,
down.
you said an interesting point then, and that's where I give even Washington Township's administration a lot of credit. They had a game scheduled tonight for Shawnee, and because Shawnee played Monday, they moved it back to Saturday. And we said in the beginning of the show, that's the hardest thing for a team to do, is to play a game on Monday and turn around and play back so quickly.
Yeah, real tough week for Gateway. 3 days, not a whole lot of time to prepare for anybody. 6:12 to play. Ricketts to throw again. And completed. There's that good touch pass. He throws that ball very well. This one completed to Pat Stafford for a Gateway first down.
You know, there's some unsung credit there, but the wide receiver for Gateway that time really ran a hard pattern on a streak pattern and took the defensive back away. And that opened up that pass. And sometimes receivers, when the ball's not going to them, don't give the effort that Gateway wide receiver just did.
Ball just across midfield in West Deptford territory. 1st and 10 for Gateway. Clock running, 5:55 to play in the football game. Gateway trailing 34-0. Handoff straight ahead and a nice hole, and the ball fumbled. Picked up by Foreman. Foreman looking for some running room. And he is knocked out of bounds. So Dave Foreman, who has been the quarterback replacement here in the 4th quarter, picks up the fumble of Shane Murphy. Murphy had a nice hole, made a nice gainer, then lost the handle on the ball, turns it over to West Deptford. And West Deptford, with 5:36 to go, has the football.
And you get to see it again, just a straight dive play. Great job of accelerating. It's wide open, and out comes the football.
Looked like it could have been stripped.
I think you're probably right, Bob. And unfortunately, to use a bad term, it's almost like Murphy's Law. Anything that possibly has gone wrong today, or could go wrong today, has gone wrong for Gateway.
And the ball carrier was Shane Murphy. But the Gators still in there battling. Eric Perone in on the tackle. He's only a sophomore. Also in on the play was Guillermo Saravia.
We may have seen the final carry for Nick Brandemarty. Looks like Eric Muldoon is now in at fullback for West Deptford.
Causing that fumble for West Deptford was Cameron Atkinson, who's played a good football game. Ball loose, covered by West Deptford. Atkinson, right there for Gateway, was Boncic. So say 3rd down and 9 for the Eagles, with the clock running, 4:45 to play. Still a lot of enthusiasm in the Gateway side. The cheerleaders, the band, the fans, still into it. Give the Gators some credit. They've had a tough stretch in football, but they still have support. Officials timeout. Gateway with a little equipment repair.
I think sometimes we forget to mention that all the time. The job done by the cheerleaders, the job done by the band, the job done by the managers of the football teams. They just all do so much that isn't seen very often.
Unsung participants. Foreman, the throw, has a man open. And it's completed. That's a nice catch. Excellent catch.
We have a late flag down. The the West Deptford receiver, after he caught the ball, spiked the ball down. So this will either going to be a delay of game, or worse, it'll put them back.
That was a sophomore by the name of Brandemarty. That's Jay Brandemarty, was on the receiving end.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. West Deptford, 1st and 25.
So the pass is completed. The first down is good. However, they're going to get 15 yards tacked on for the spike, and it'll be 1st and 25 for the Eagles.
Now, a rule I really applaud that's being enforced by officials this year is a taunting law. But we're going to see right here, great catch that's made by Ron DeMarty. Now, as he gets up, I think you'll see him spike the ball right down.
15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's the 15. I understand.
What do you think, Fred?
If I'm on the sidelines, I'm disagreeing.
Was not a resounding spike, was it?
No, it wasn't. But as I was saying before, the officials are now calling the taunting call, and the one thing I definitely like to see get out of football, basketball, or any sport is the trash talk that was taking place in some of the games.
Agree. Foreman just kneeled down in that one. It's now 2nd down and 25. This is very interesting. There's 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the game, and Folsom has them kneeling, not running the plays. Have you ever seen that before, Fred?
No,
with 3:15 to play?
I'd never have with that amount of time, and I don't know how it would be taken by the coaches on the other side.
It's supposed. I would think that it was designed to be a gesture of sportsmanship, but I wonder if it's accepted in the same vein.
I definitely agree with what you're saying.
Never seen this before. And there's another one. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'd read this if I'm Gateway.
And I agree with you, Bob. I know Coach Folsom has figured that the one thing he doesn't want to do is run the score up on Gateway, but I don't know. I'm sitting on the other side. I'm wondering.
I don't know. It's, you know, you hate to second guess, but I'm not so sure I agree with that philosophy. Number one, you got your backup offensive players in there that you want to see get some plays, right?
Right, absolutely.
I don't know.
And as an opposing coach, you don't really ever want to see somebody say, we feel sorry for you.
Gateway comes after it and taken on the run by that Gibbons. Boy, he is still battling. He gets a game ball. He got a game ball from me. I don't care.
Well, I agree with you, too.
I don't care what the score is. That young man is a gutty football player, and he gets a game ball.
And when you're looking at this at the end of the game, here we get to see him, but you want to see the athlete that never gives up, and I think that's him tonight.
He does not give up, that young man. We have some information relative to what we were just talking about, Fred, and kind of interesting. With a 34-0 lead, I guess it was a bit of surprise that Gateway or West Deptford had the pass play that resulted in the big gain, and we'll finish after this Gateway play. Ricketts back to throw, and he is corralled, and it's got to be an incompleted pass. But going back to the point we were making, apparently the West Deptford coaches were upset because the pass play was apparently called in the huddle, not by them, and they did not want that to be interpreted by the Gateway coaches as rubbing it in. And as a result, they decided to take the 3 kneel down. So
to give up the possession of the ball.
Exactly. So
that clarifies things up pretty well, and I applaud Coach Folsom for that decision.
2nd down and 10, 2:05 to play. Handoff straight ahead, another loose ball. And West Deptford recovers. So West Deptford takes over at the Gateway 45-yard line, and Gateway offense has struggled again tonight. Score may not indicate it 34-0, but the Gateway defense has had its moments tonight, but the offense really has had opportunities they've just not been able to capitalize, Fred.
And that's true, and winning football teams or teams that are going to win football games must do that, and that's something Gateway's got to develop in its practices over the week. When you get the opportunity, you take advantage of it, do what you got to do.
Foreman still a quarterback. Foreman keeping the football. He's a very athletic young man. He'll be a double threat at that position next year for West Deptford. Pretty good gainer down to the 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 1.5 yards. Clock running down, minute 35 to go, so put this one in the W column for West Deptford. They'll move to 4-1 in the season, and Gateway will lose its 5th in a row and 24th in this streak they would love to see end one of these days. Foreman will keep the football. Good open field tackle by Matt Granaccio of Gateway. But a first down for West Deptford, and minute 10 to go.
I think I can see what part of the situation was. I think Coach Folsom was probably calling for rollout passes by quarterback Foreman, and he was shocked when Foreman threw the football. And as a good sportsman gesture, decided he didn't want to see that happen.
Well, that puts a totally different spin on the
Sure
decision to kneel down. 5 yards stepped off against West Deptford. 42 seconds to play. The Nick Brandemarty Show. What a night he's had.
He sure impressed me, and he sure got my vote for one of the best backs I've seen this year.
The handoff to Gasparovic, and he's battling for yardage. Tackled by Russell Panetta of the Gators. And that'll do it. That'll be the final play of the football game. 4-3-2. Final score on the Valley and Bow scoreboard. West Deptford 34 and Gateway nothing. We'll come back and wrap this one up right after this. Final score, West Deptford 34, Gateway nothing. West Deptford moves to 4-1 in the season. Gateway drops its 5th in a row. The Nick Brandemarty Show, Fred Schwartz. He had a terrific night tonight, and wish we had the actual yardage. Had to be close to 300 yards. Touchdown runs of 57, 50, 81 and 1 yard. It's pretty good. That was your whole career, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah, just a great effort. He just showed us he has the entire package. He has power, he has speed, he has the ability to run. I was just really impressed. When they needed yardage, they went to him. What a great football player.
Got to look for silver linings. I think everybody feels for Gateway, the program here at Gateway Regional High School. You know, they were in this football game early in the third quarter. They're down 14-0, played a good first half. Really could have been a 7-0 game. They gave away one that they shouldn't have. But then they're down there knocking on West Deptford's door. They can score to make it 14-7. They turn the ball over, bang, West Deptford comes right back. That's the ball game.
Boy, you hit it right in. Football is such an exciting game, but it can also be such a frustrating game. At that point where it's 14-0, they go in and score and make it 14-7. It's a one mistake or one play game. Boy, Coach Ricketts, such a great guy, has to be so frustrated.
Okay, another tough night for Gateway. Good night for West Deptford High School. Brandemarty's 4 touchdowns lead the way as the Eagles move to 4-1 in the season. Final score again, West Deptford 34, Gateway 0. For Fred Schwartz, this is Bob Schrock. Thanks for watching on Comcast Cable.